Hello everyone, I'm Stephen Ortman, an assistant professor in the Department of Social Sciences at Hong Kong Metropolitan University. And I am a political scientist with an interest in Asian politics, especially Hong Kong politics and Singapore politics, and also in Vietnam. I think politics is a fascinating subject, and I love to teach politics very much, and my most favorite subject is Hong Kong politics. I love to teach all the different aspects of Hong Kong politics, from civil society to the executive dominant system. But as a German, I am also interested in comparative politics. I think we need to understand everything in comparison to know and to understand politics better. So comparative politics is my greatest interest. And then I'm greatly interested in the environment, because I think nature is what we depend on. We need the environment more than anything. And if you think that's not a political question, then you're wrong, because politics is at the heart of our future, of nature. Because if we don't protect our environment, if the government does not protect the environment, if corporations don't protect the environment, then we cannot have a future. So we need to have a lot of people trying to play a significant role in environmental politics, in convincing those significant political actors to make the difference that's necessary. And I believe politics is the most important subject, because it's the only subject that teaches us how we can change things, how we can really make a difference in this world. Because we need to understand the political structures, we need to understand the civil society, we need to understand how companies react in the whole system. And therefore, I believe politics is the critical subject for our better future. In one of my recent research studies, I have looked at 2 environmental protests in Vietnam, and the critical difference between those protests against serious pollution was that one was repressed by the government, but the other one was generally tolerated, even though it was a violent protest. And of course there were clashes between the police and protesters on the street, but later those protesters received significant lenience, and that, I think, is a very surprising finding, because why would those protesters get lenient sentences in the courts, while protesters who did nothing wrong, who were peaceful, but received very harsh sentences in the other case? So the question was, why did that happen? And of course, to some extent, the reason is that the larger protest, the one that received the more repression, was also perceived to be more threatening to the government of Vietnam, and therefore it received greater repression. I'm not only interested in the environment, but I'm also currently studying the anti-death penalty movement in Singapore, which has shown great strength despite adversity. Not only is the government strongly in favor of death penalty, even the mandatory death penalty for certain crimes, including drugs, but also most Singaporeans agree with it. So it's quite surprising that this movement has grown and has attracted many more people. And I'm also studying, of course, Hong Kong politics, and my current interest are the changes that are occurring in Hong Kong under the national security law. So that's what I really love to teach about and also research, and I hope to see you all.